All right, good morning, guys. This is the last section of notes for the year. Okay, so we have notes and one last homework assignment, and test is tomorrow. If you are done with everything, you will be done with the school year after the test tomorrow. So the last thing I want to talk about is you're going to see this quite a bit, something called slope-intercept form. Okay? This is whenever it's y equals something x plus b, the number in front of the x, the coefficient in front of the x, we should already know this, is called the slope. That's going to determine which way your line goes. Remember, this way is positive, this way is negative, and how steep it is. Okay? The last number is called the y-intercept. And that means where does it intercept, where does it cross this line? Okay? So a couple things here to start. Tells us to make a table. You can always make a table and plug these numbers into it. Okay? So if I plug in -1, 2 times -1 plus 2. So 2 times -1 is -2, plus 2 is 0. You're going to put a dot at -1, 0. If I plug in 0, 2 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. So 0, 2. Plug in 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 is 4. 1, 4. And the last one, plugging in 2. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So 2, 6. Now you'll notice, look how nicely all my dots line up. If they don't, you made a mistake somewhere. Okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, your line, but they all should connect. Okay, draw the graph we did. What is the slope? Now looking at this, we should be able to tell the slope. It's the number in front of the x. Otherwise you can say, well, it's up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. The slope is 2. What is the y-intercept? What is the last number? It's a 2 as well. And notice where it crosses my y-axis. My y-intercept is 2. Okay? My y-intercept is 2. My next problem. Same type of thing. It wants you to make the table, so we're going to do that. And after this question, you won't need the table anymore. 0x minus 4. So 0 times x minus 4. So 0 minus 4. Plug in 0. 0 times 0 minus 4. 1 times 0 is 0 minus 4. And what do you notice now if I plot my points? 1 -4, 0 -4, 1 -4, 2 -4. We have a horizontal line. Notice our dots still line up. Now what is my slope? What is the number in front of the x? 0, right? It doesn't go up and down at all. That makes sense. It's flat. There's no slope. If you put on skis and sat right here, you would not move. There is no slope there. So make a note in your notes. Every horizontal line will always have a slope of 0. Every horizontal line will have a slope of 0. What's my y-intercept? Where does it cross my y-axis? Right, it told me right there. At -4. Okay, next page. Excuse me. Alright, so it gives us 5 equations and 5 graphs. We have to figure out which is which. Now, we just did a horizontal one. Remember what that looked like, right? No slope. So can you figure out which ones of these will have no slope? Looks like this one and this one. So which is which? Okay, so now we got to look at the y-intercept. Where does it cross my y-axis? This one should cross at 3. This one should cross at -1. Here's 3. So that's going to be this one And sometimes the directions will say clean up. That means I can just get rid of 0 times x is nothing. I could just clean it up to that. Y equals 3. Those two things mean the same thing. I could have done that with my first one as well on the previous page. I can just make that y equals -4. Because 0 times x is nothing, obviously. Explain the feature of the graph that made this choice. It was a horizontal line. And y-intercept was 3. This one is going to be y equals 0x minus 1. It crosses at -1 here. Could clean it up, get rid of the x because it's 0 of them, and it gets y equals -1. What helped you figure that out? Again, horizontal line, and the y-intercept was -1. So that means I have 3 lines left. Notice the slopes. This one's negative, positive, negative. So on these 3, which one has a positive slope? And that would be this one. It's going uphill. These 2 are going downhill. So this is y equals 4x minus 1. Slope is positive. Y-intercept is -1. Right here. And you could check the slope. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Slope 4. Okay, now these 2. You're down to 2 choices. -2x plus 3 and -4x plus 1. Okay, this one should be steeper, but look at the y-intercept. This one should cross at 1. This one should cross at 3. Look at where they cross. Okay, so this is going to be y equals -2x plus 3, y equals -4x plus 1. We saw that because it was a negative slope, and we saw it because the y-intercept was 3. Same thing with this one. Negative slope, y-intercept was 1. Alright guys, so those are the 2 main things, slope and y-intercept. That's why it's called slope-intercept form. Okay, homework today, last homework assignment of the year, okay, is starts with page 768, and I believe it's 3 pages today. And again, last assignment of the year. Okay, and then we'll see you on our Zoom tomorrow, and then I will open up the test after we talk about a couple things. All right, any questions, let me know, guys. Take care and stay safe.